In this video I am going to show you how to do bus stop division. So this is the method that you would use when you're dividing by a single digit. So we start off by drawing in our bus stop and then we pop our numbers in. So the number that we're dividing goes inside the bus stop, 63, and the number that we are dividing by goes on the outside, like so. I'm going to pop our place value just above to help remind us. So the first things we do is we say to ourselves, how many lots of 3 go into 6? Now, because it's in the tens column, we know it's 60, but to make it simpler and easier for ourselves, we can say 6. So how many lots of 3 go into 6? And that answer would be 2, so we write that above. Then we go into the next column, so we say to ourselves, how many lots of 3 go into 3? And we know that that's 1. So the answer to 63 divided by 3 is 21. Bus stop division gets a little bit more tricky when there are remainders involved. So I'm going to talk you through how to do 72 divided by 4. So start off in the same way, pop our bus stop in, pop our numbers in. We've got 72, the number we're dividing, and 4, the number we're dividing by, on the outside. And we start in exactly the same way. And we say to ourselves, how many lots of 4 are there in 7? Now I know that there's 1 lot of 4 in 7, so I put that number up there. And then there are 3 left over. And I pop that 3 next to the 2 in the next column along, which then makes that 32. So the next question I ask myself is, how many 4s, lots of 4, are there in 32? And I know that's 8, so I pop that above here. So 72 divided by 4 is 18. This time we're going to have a look at dividing a single digit by a 3-digit number. So we've got 138 divided by 6. So start off the same, draw in our bus stop, pop our numbers in, the number we're dividing, 138 goes in here, and the number that we're dividing by goes on the outside, 6. The only difference now is that we've got a hundreds digit. Pop in our place value. So we start off the same and we look at the hundreds column first. We say how many 6s go into 1? How many lots of 6 into 1? Now we can't do that. So what we do is we cross that 1 off and we put it over here in our tens column. So we say to ourselves, how many 6s now go into 13? Or how many lots of 6 into 13? So 2 lots of 6 would be 12. 2 lots go in, and then there's 1 remainder. We pop that remainder over here, and then I say to myself, how many 6s go into 18? And that is 3, so I put that above. So 138 divided by 6 is 23. Lastly then, we'll look at bus stop division when we have a remainder over all. So we've got 267 divided by 4. We'll start off the same. Pop our bus stop in, the numbers that we're dividing go inside the bus stop, so 267, and the number that we're dividing by goes on the outside, 4. So we start off exactly the same as we have, pop our place value, we've got hundreds, tens and ones. So we start off the same as we have done previously, and we say to ourselves, how many lots of 4s are there in 2? Now because that number is less, we can't do that, so we cross off the 2 and we put the 2 next to the 6 to make it 26. We then say to ourselves, how many lots of 4s are there in 26? Now there are 6 lots of 4, which would be 24, and then 2 remaining. So those 2 come over here into the next column. And then we say to ourselves, how many lots of 4 are there in 27? That's the same. 6 lots of 4 is 24. But this time we have 3 left over. Now because I've come to the end and I don't have any other numbers to divide by, we can just pop an R and put the 3 here. So 267 divided by 4 would be 66, remainder 3.